Hi there folks, welcome to the new videos that I'm doing here on Championship Manager 0102. Just going to be starting out a new challenge set by the In-Betweeners legend Jay Cartwright. So if you've watched that little clip that I uploaded there, Jay Cartwright in the In-Betweeners famously said he took Woking from the conference to the Champions League in 6 seasons. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do here. So I've taken over Woking in this new game. For anybody that's been watching my previous videos, we're going to carry on with something of a challenge here, which we like to do. So just going to show you over what's happening with Woking in this first season here. Haven't played any games yet, but I've taken over. I've set up my training the normal ways. My attacking midfield's option there. Set up, sorry I should say. So that's my attacking midfield there. Got my shooting for my centre forwards, shooting intensive, fitness medium, just the usual kind of thing there. Also for my wingers, same as the attacking midfielders there. And my centre halves, defenders, goalkeepers, and central midfield. So I'm not changing anything from the previous videos, going with those same training schedules. They've worked well for me up to now. Usually develop players pretty well. Same tactics as before as well, the Tester Angie one there. You can download that from the Champ Manager forums. And that's relying on decent wingers, good forwards with finishing there, solid attacking midfielder, which we'll be hoping to get. 3 at the back there, 2 central midfielders, pretty standard. It's a 3-5-2 effectively, and it's worked really well on the previous challenge videos that we've done here. So yeah, as Jay Cartwright famously said there, completed it mate, Champ Manager. I took Woking from the conference to the Champions League in 6 seasons, mate. Stuff like that doesn't go unnoticed, Neil. So here we go. So I've started the game as Jay Cartwright, effectively. There he is. And there's my Woking squad, ready to start the championship. So I'll show you the transfers kind of in and out there. We've brought in Karsten Olsen, Danish midfielder, really versatile, free transfer there. Helder Rosario, free transfer again, Portuguese centre back. Martin Atmodicoro, Dutch centre half there, again free transfer. I've only played for one player so far, which is Karel Laurie, centre back there. We've got Walter Koos, central midfielder, Dutch. People may remember Adolfo from previous videos. He tends to do well in the attacking midfield role, so we've brought him in on a free. Hugo Valdir here, young Portuguese left winger. He's going to be decent in this one. João Paiva, legendary little centre forward there, who develops really well. He'll be good at this level. We've got Agustin, central midfielder, again a familiar face if you've watched these videos before. And also Moriatis, Greek winger. He'll be really good for the conference. Spanish striker Butra, another one to look out for here. And just a young keeper we brought in, Azier Bravo, just to kind of get the numbers up for goalkeeping. My main goalkeeper will be Anthony Tucker here, who was already at the club. Other players that were already at the club that we're keeping hold of, we've got Mark Druce here, right winger, stroke forward, and Scott Huckerby, pretty decent looking winger there actually, from stats. So he might be one to look out for. Also Rob Smith, centre back, and Kevin Mofid, who looks like a decent wee Canadian centre back there as well. Matt Crossley, although he's going to be a player coach, but again just keeping those numbers up. So we're still in the hunt for a few numbers here. We need a couple of strikers to come in, and we need a central midfielder and a goalkeeper. So we're still trying to sell a few on here, ready to open up the season, and I've still got a bit of a short list on the players that I want to still try and bring in, but we are going to need to get some finances in. When we started out here, I think we had 50,000 in the bank and 0 transfer funds, but we've now got 278 in the bank. So if I can move a few on, I should have some money to play with, because I'm running out of kind of free transfer options, although I'm scouting for a few, and we'll keep an eye on that. So here it goes, mate. It's the J Cartwright Woking Challenge to go from the Conference to the Premier League, the Champions League in 6 seasons, mate. Completed it, mate. So let's see how we get on with that. So anyway, enough from my terrible impersonations there. We're going to set the team up, and we've got first game against Yeovil. A few games here to play through in the first month, so we'll see how we get on with that. And I'll just set my team up first of all. There we go. So defensive wise, we're going to go Mofid. We'll go with the young ones. I think we'll go Laurie, Rosario, Mofid. I think will be best. There we are. And then for our wingers, we're going to be Moriatis or Maritis, and I think we'll go with Huckerby there as well. Give him a chance there. Don't know if he's related to Darren Huckerby, possibly. Central midfielders will be Terry McFlynn, who was another one who was already at the club, but he looks pretty decent stat-wise. So we'll go with McFlynn, and we'll go with Koss. And then attacking midfield, of course, will be Adolfo, legendary player for these lower league teams. And then we'll have Joe Paiva and Butra as strikers. And just set up a wee bench here. Here we are. Easy enough there. And we'll go with this Mofid as captain. He was already at the club there and he looks pretty decent. Good influence, although he is only 19. So we might pick somebody else here. Do you know what? He's as good as any, I think. We'll go with him. So there we are, folks. It's the Woking Challenge then. Going to try and get to the Premier League and then the Champions League within 6 seasons. Can it be done? It basically means that we'll need to finish in the top 4 in the Premier League with back-to-back promotions every season. So there is a fair element of challenge to see if we can make Jay's bullshit come true. Anybody who's a fan of the Betweeners and watches it will know that Jay Cartwright is famous for bullshit, and one of the famous ones, as you'll see from the earlier clip there, is he's completed it, mate statement. So let's crack on with this then. Here we go. So a couple of early goals there, Adolfo and Huckerby. I've got absolutely no concerns that we'll definitely get promoted through this, because I know enough about those free transfer players to bring in at the start of the game, and we'll have a major advantage over most of the clubs in this league. So this season's not going to be difficult at all, I don't imagine, and you can see already that we're taking Yeovil apart here. And Yeovil are probably one of the bigger clubs in the conference in this timeline, in this game. And looking pretty good condition wise. I did bring in a couple of physios, so I've got 3 physios there, a couple of coaches in, so it was all pretty decent. Woking had fairly good resources to start out with. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a hammering. So unlike when I started the last challenge project here, when I went with the Institute in Northern Ireland, Woking will actually be able to offer a bit of money to players as we move up through the leagues. Yep, so what a start there, folks. 6-0 against Yeovil away from home, so it looks like we've unearthed a few free transfer gems there, and we're going to be something to be reckoned with. So it's J Cartwright-esque so far. And like I say, I'm just waiting on selling on a few players more to hopefully get a bit of transfer budget again and bring a few guys in. So there's Griffin away to Torquay for 100k. All the players I've sold have been, pretty terrible, to be fair. I've just tried to get the maximum price I could get for them. I will likely get some offers coming in for players that do well later on in the season, and there we have 55k there for transfer budget. So I'm going to focus on strikers, although Kelly's now moved to another club. I was targeting him there. So I want to get in an attacker with decent finishing, and we've only got really an option on Stuart Payne, so maybe that's not for now. So what I'll do is I'll play through this first month, and then I'll kind of leave the transfer activity for a recap on the next video then. So can we repeat the 6-0 thrashing of Yeovil against Nuneaton Borough? And again, Huckerby gets a goal, so it looks like I was on the money with him being a decent player for this level. It was good to have him at the club when I started out then. Yep, so it's looking like this is going to be another mismatch. There will of course be more of an element of challenge once we get up to maybe the Championship, Premier League. What we'll be looking to do as well, folks, is just kind of stash up some money, because we will likely need to do a stadium expansion, of course, and we want to have some money saved up for that, but I'm sure that'll be something that we can do. Just make a wee change at half time there. And it's 6 goals again. Woking firing it on all cylinders here. 12 goals in 2 games so far. So maybe J Cartwright wasn't, exaggerating too much. Maybe he really did do that and got offered a job in England set up. Maybe we can do that too. And there's my coaching staff. I've got Liam O'Kane in as the assistant manager. Really decent stats for this level. Got my centre half that's also teaching fitness, coaching fitness. Goalkeeper coach there, and another fitness coach. So that's enough of a base for, a conference level team. I will of course look to improve that as we go. And there you can see Wokin's kind of set up 6,000 stadium, only 2,500 seats. So that will need to be upgraded for entry into the Premier League, of course. But that's going to be a while down the line yet. And like you can see there, I've already got Mofid being targeted by Chelsea. So I have no interest in selling him, so I'm going to ask for a ridiculous amount of money and see if that maybe just can happen. And that would certainly give us plenty to play with. But we're ready to play against Northwich Victoria now. Going for 3 games in a row, 3 wins in a row here, folks. Thought we might have went behind there, but we're okay. Huckerby again, 3 games in a row, so he looks like he's going to be something else at this level. Wasn't a player I was aware of, but don't really tend to play in the conference when I play Champ Manager that often, so some of this will be fairly new to me as well. And there's the second goal, penalty for Kos, and the third goal. So again, we're looking like we're going to have too much for these guys in the conference. Don't really see that there's going to be much coming back. 16 goals in 3 games, so yeah, this is going to be pretty spectacular with this tactic and these players in this league. So 5-1 it finishes against Northwich Victoria. So yeah, it seems to be it's going to be annihilation of several teams with the way we've got things set up here. So really happy with that start so far. Not really seeing any weak spots, but we're going to still need to bring in a few players to improve the numbers. Looks like Chelsea weren't willing to bid that high, but we'll just be patient until we get a big bid in on him if they're coming in that early into the season already. So yeah, just going to play through this next game to close out the video, which will be against Margate at home. We do have an injury to Butra, so we'll pop Druce in there and pop Augustin on the bench. So yeah, I'm going to need to bring in a couple of strikers here after this one if I can. So is it going to be 4 from 4 in the Woking Challenge, the J Cartwrights special? 1-1 at half time. We've got a couple of options on the bench there to freshen it up. Still waiting on a goal here. Is that the one? Penalty, Kos. Boom, 2 for him in the game. He's certainly looking decent so far as well. Getting a bit more resistance from Margate, but there's a third goal just to make it safe. And so that is 4 wins from 4 for Woking at the start of this Conference League title challenge, which I think we're going to be doing just fine with. Good stuff there. So looking pretty phenomenal so far, folks. I'm going to try and do a bit of work on transfers and see if I can bring in the squad up to 24. Maybe running out of money again, but we'll see how we can go with that. Try and find a few bargains and hopefully move on a couple of these guys. So thanks for watching this new series of videos, the Woking Champions League Challenge set by the one and only J Cartwright, the master of bullshit from the in-betweeners. We love him though, and we're going to see if we can make his nonsense, his bullshit come true. So thanks for watching if you are, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers now.